What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and please bear with me today, guys. I'm really not feeling well at all, but I'm going to try and push through it for recording and streaming today, but I'm just not feeling that great. Today we're going to be playing another tokens deck. I know the last Empire deck that we played was tokens-ish, but it was more focused on the creature in both lanes mechanic, more so than tokens in general. So this time we went for a token/recruit strategy. So we're playing things like Empire Recruiter, Imperial Lackey, Inspiring Soldier, everything that summons those recruits. We're playing Enlistment Officer. I don't think he's that good, but if any deck is going to get use out of him, it's this one. I wanted to at least try this card out. We're running 2 copies of Strategic Deployment as well to take advantage of it with Renowned Instructor as well. It's mostly just a standard token spell sword deck with Bandari Opportunist, Mournhold Trader, some aggressive cards, Scout Support and Unglim for some potential draw, Scout Support really good for cycling, Transit Shrine, a card that I haven't really messed around with yet, that should be pretty interesting. Clivia's bitten me in the ass many times. If you don't have like action-based removal, Clivia can just kind of shut you down. Tullius can do the same thing, especially when these two guys come down together. Divine Fervor just buffs everyone. Cliff Racer for some reach. Anasi is just kind of busted sometimes. We got Varen for the aggro matchup, can kind of buy us some time, or if we wind up with some poor draw. Cloudress in there to enable some good trades. Penitus Oculatus kind of acts like silence for us in the guard sense. As you can see, it's just a lot of buffing and flooding the board is what tokens kind of do in general. So let's see how we can do. Oh man, I'm already so excited to go to bed tonight. But alas, we have Legends to play first. Against Xandros, and we're both playing an Empire deck. See if Xandros is doing something along the lines of what we are. Keep the Scout Support because they can like really dig. Clivia is good to have. Dropping her on curve could be really solid.
I'll scout ahead.
I think Pit Line's a pretty good card. Next turn we could just drop the Trader. Oh wow, he's gonna do the same thing. We're gonna like be twinsies here. And he kept his card. So I could play these two together on turn 4.
Of course I'm on your side.
Next turn we just go Bruma more than likely.
If I fall,
I had a feeling that was coming. That's why I almost was considering playing Bruma turn 1. But that is the most amazing top deck. Holy crap, that top deck was off the charts. Turning that Fighters Guild recruit into nothing is like god tier. And he just used a ring charge and a lethal creature to take that out.
Surprise! Soldiers, report. Your orders.
I mean, we know he's playing Vipers, so we have to play around them a little bit, but I mean, he's drawn 9 cards. I don't know if he's gotten 2 Vipers out, but he's also played a fair amount of lethal. So it's something to keep in mind. We're almost at our Clivia turn. That's a pretty smart play, I think.
Acknowledged.
Only problem being, I think I have no problem slamming this in for damage. Do I want to start splitting lanes? I don't know. We'll just stack for now. We've got quite a bit of damage. Clivia can come online next turn. Obviously, once we attack
smell
first.
the stench of the living.
Speak,
Right,
citizen.
so this is a very defensive deck. No!
Speak,
citizen.
Into the breach.
Bow to these provincial officials.
Let's get Clivia out.
Standing by.
Hopefully we can eat up some of these guys. Although, him going face wouldn't have been the worst thing for us. He can heal for 6. But he's going to have to kill our pit lion.
I will end you.
Huh?
Ita.
What does he have that's going to deal 2 damage to everything?
Ita.
He doesn't play Cradle Crush. There's no way. Oh, Debilitate. Interesting. Good play, man.
You will know.
I kind of forget that Debilitate's a thing sometimes still. I'm going to play them in this order because I don't necessarily want to heal right now. And we're going to hide the Cloud Rest.
There's always a plan. Standing by.
I also don't want to stack that Lynx and you'll miss out on a recruit. Got a decent amount of damage here. We'll see if he has another Debilitate. But assuming he just drops like a guard here or even another... Oh, wow, okay.
Cut them down.
I think I probably should kill this, because if he has a Debilitate, it could be really bad.
You won't foil my plan.
We'll keep the Renowned Instructor back. On the off chance he has another Debilitate he wants to set up. And I'd like to make sure we trigger this Expertise when we drop this.
I'll scout ahead.
I guess Control Empire is a thing. I don't know. I really don't know what the meta is besides... Like I've been saying, I see so much of the same stuff that I don't know what the other decks are. Into an Edict, okay.
I'll profit from your death. Cut them down. Cut them down. Cut them down. Feel the Night Mother's love.
They won't even
Draw a
see
card
my
first.
blade coming.
That's pretty good.
Just in the nick of time.
Still hanging on to the Renowned Instructor, although we probably should have played it. We'll see what kind of ways he has to flood the board in order to get some health back. Because he really badly needs the health right now. Maybe even play Snaketooth Necklace.
I smell the stench of the living.
That certainly helps. He's got to trade into this, but obviously once he's done playing creatures for the health first.
I'll find you the finest recruits in soon.
Okay. Oh. Up to 8 health.
I'll lead my family to glory.
Up to 9 health.
I'll profit from your death.
Okay.
Feel the Night Mother's love. Cut them down.
I'll scout ahead.
Tullius is a really good keep. But ultimately, he doesn't really help what we're trying to do right now. But he still might be worth keeping.
Meet your doom.
Who's thrashing?
Cut them down.
Who's in need of a thrashing?
I'll lend you my support.
All right, men. On me. Awaiting your command.
I mean, this is only bad if he has Arrow Storm. I guess Execute makes it slightly bad as well. Maybe Shadow Lane was a bit better.
What have we here?
Even if he has a contract here from Astrid Swinging, he can't play Conscription if that's his endgame. Although Debilitate does wipe us. Losing Tullius sucks.
The void awaits you.
But he still left a Brotherhood Assassin up, who will be able to swing into any guards he plays. 8 costs. What do you got for 8? Viper into what else? You don't have discounted ability.
Do not fear death. I'll find you the finest recruits in soon.
Alright, looks like we're gonna push through here.
Cut them down. Feel the Night Mother's love.
Meet your doom.
Swing at the little recruit boy.
A fine.
That was a pretty solid game 1. We didn't really draw most of our buff cards, but I mean, you just see the power of just constantly just slamming stuff onto the board. Let's get a second one. I like tokens deck just because I like having a lot of creatures on the board. You guys have heard me talk about it before, like how much I like board interaction and stuff like that. And while tokens decks aren't always the most interesting decks per se, they do result in lots of creatures being on the board, which is fun. We're playing against Guildsworn this time. There's so many different ways to play Guildsworn, so I don't think we can necessarily like assume one way or the other just based on seeing Guildsworn. His hand is a little oof. But Varen's a great pickup if he winds up being aggro Guildsworn. Our strategy could be in trouble if he's a slower rage version.
This might be handy.
This tells me he's got to be mid or aggro more than likely.
How can I serve?
I'm going to contest. He'll probably trade in. But if he's playing Crown Quartermaster, I don't think that means that he's necessarily a slow deck. Unless he's an items deck.
Do your worst.
So slowing him down a turn.
Training is over.
It's time to
Alright,
act.
so that definitely needs to go. 100%. And to that end, unfortunately, we have to use another ring charge to contest and not get value from this. And we get hard punished if he's got Firebrand or Stormcloak Vanguard or anything like that, but we really need to swing into that. I wish I had something a little more resilient than a 4-2 to put out there. Like a 3-3 would feel better right about now, because it's less likely he can hit us with 2 chargers, whereas 1 is probably a fairly high chance.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
That's almost just as bad. Actually, it is just as bad. Unless we draw a Penitus Oculatus off the top again to save us.
You can't defeat
I was going to say, there's no way he's taking that trade.
You fight like a child.
Unfortunately, I think that means that we need to ring out Varen here. And again, that feels horrible, but he is going pretty aggressive. And Varen has a really solid stat line. He's got essentially a 5 drops worth of stats, and we're getting him down on 4. So outside of another guard, we should be able to finally take out this 5th Legion trainer, which is a huge problem, obviously.
Keep your distance.
Yeah, alright. I mean, that's fine. We didn't play him so much for the ability, although it's nice. We played him more so to answer this.
I dispatched Leovic personally. You will fare no better.
Let's go strategic deployment, because next turn it will give us an option of going for Divine Fervor, which we can just trade one of them in at that point. We will also more than likely be getting a card this turn.
We'll rebuild Skyrim into the land.
They will also be getting a card this turn. Renowned Instructor number 2 into Pit Lion. I kind of like going for Pit Lion Bandari Opportunist here.
Cut them down. Cut them down. Cut them down.
I know this attack order is going to seem weird,
I dispatched Leovic personally.
but because we were able to do this, I was less worried. Probably should have even considered putting Pit Lion in the left lane, but I feel like we are probably going to want to kill this Housecarl. These Renowned Instructors could start being really good. Alright, Corsair ship's a really slow turn, but it does set up for a lot of damage moving forward.
We stand united. Let them die with their force
And we will get another card. Alright.
Ajit does not to be followed.
I dispatched Leovic personally. You will fare no
Cut
better.
them down. Cut them down.
Preparations have been made. Hold the line!
This will max out our
How can I
lanes.
serve?
And I kind of want to play Renowned Instructor for the body. We'll overwrite the Imperial Grunt, because if we draw that 3/3 that buffs recruits, I'd rather have the recruits on the board than the Imperial Grunts. This also sets up for a really good Divine Fervor next turn, potentially.
Time to mount up.
I mean, that guy's obviously a problem, but if he doesn't take some trades here, we could win this turn.
Sniveling
Or
coward!
maybe he's planning on winning this turn.
Hand over the coin.
By Arcae's beard, stay back.
Alright, so what do we have? 4, oh, potentially with Fervor, 5, 7, 9, 13, 15. We should have kind of plenty. Barring
Chimera,
prophecies,
spirit of the
obviously.
sky, guide us.
I dispatched Leovic personally. You
I
will
have no
fare
patience for
better.
fools.
Here, watch and learn.
Cut them down.
All right,
Cut
there we
them
go.
down. A fine battle.
Pretty solid. And we had another token on the way. Obviously, we had to win that turn. He had just too much stuff stacked up. We had no guards waiting, so we had to just go for it. And we did pull it off, which is solid. We're going to grab some game rewards before we close out today. Bewildering Speed. Not bad. Alrighty, guys, that is going to be it for now. Again, I apologize if I wasn't super high energy. I'm not feeling great, but still think we wound up with some pretty good games today, so I'm happy we recorded anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys all very much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.